Yo, what's going on with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, people, humanity, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and as always, I'm talking to Nikki companies out there. This is Mr. Nintendo Sony Freak 2011, aka Manny Wolverine. Of course, you guys are wrestling shows and outro sports, this channel for me, so Instagram, all this stuff. Not to excuse me. I was eating a little bit of this Fifth Avenue Hershey's cookies and cream bar thing. I was eating both of them at the same time, so apologies if I sound like a fucking pig. Anyways, two small little things I do want to talk about before we get to this. This has nothing to do with video game industry or anime news at all. It's just completely off topic. But usually it's shit I don't talk about. I mean, I did a couple years ago on my older channel. Since YouTube doesn't allow that sort of content on this channel anymore, on this website anymore, probably a lot of other websites are going to do the same thing too. We already see it with Twitter and Instagram kind of censoring certain words or letters here and there, which kind of fucking sucks ass. But yeah, the age of the wild, wild west of the internet's pretty much coming to a close. Now it's going to be, unfortunately, in a couple, maybe months, maybe a year or two from now, maybe next year, 2020 or 2021, a lot of it's probably going to be government regulated, and that honestly fucking sucks ass to me. I don't know how they're going to do it with, the bigger terms, which would be like in the future, especially in 2030 or 40, when it gets even way more advanced than it already is now, which is augmented reality and virtual reality, aka AR or VR. But yeah, I still wanted to talk about it really quick though. I know it happened about 2 weeks ago. I usually don't talk about music and shit that I usually like. Sometimes I do. I mean, if you follow me on my channel for a while, you know I'm a real big fan of a lot of video game music, obviously. Video game music themes. I love the shit. And the first genre theme I ever listened to in my life, I think it was about 6 or 7. And besides church music and a lot of Spanish worship music that I used to listen to when I was younger, because I was kind of like forced to listen to that garbage, which is kind of fucking annoying to me. Unless I grew up in a kind of a strictly religious Christian household, so unfortunately I really couldn't do shit about that till I was 18, able to get the fuck out and get my own place and shit, which I kind of did. And I moved in with about 5 roommates at the time. Now it's boiled down to fucking 2. Wild, because the other 2 wanted to, start their own life with their girlfriend and get married and shit. There's no way in hell those 2 are gonna be here. And that was like, what, 2014, and another one barely 2 years ago in 2017. They left, I think, to like Delaware, Maine, and Maryland, whatever. I lost contact with both of them. I think one of my roommates still keeps in contact with them, but that's pretty much it. I will say this, yeah, this shit that happened, I know it's a couple months ago. I don't really talk about a lot of mainstream like pop or fandom, rap artists, or celebrity gossip news because that's not what my channel is about, obviously. But man, bro, it was such a weird ass thing I usually don't watch it very often. I think the last time I watched it was like 2010, 2011, about 9, 10 years ago. It was like the BET Awards of 2019, and they talked about that dude, Nipsey Hussle, the one that unfortunately got gunned down by gang members. If it was either gang members, it was something else, which I want to say it was them, but I probably only call them or it. I was probably going to have to refer them as, because you know how YouTube is with a lot of conspiracy theory shit. I mean, look what they did to Alex Jones last year, bro. He's gone. He's pretty much got deplatformed after every single little thing except for his little M4 wars, and that's it. So, yeah. It was either that or some, aka evil organization might have took him out. If it wasn't gang members that would have just did a violent thing to him. No, rest in peace to the man. He seemed like a chill dude. I didn't listen to any of his music because I didn't know about him before he got shot. But yeah, his mom was acting so weird as fuck, dude, honestly. The way she was just pronouncing all this stuff, and like, no offense to African Americans or black people that might listen to this and watch this video, but I don't know, it's kind of like contradicting with some of you dudes. Like, it's like you like the police at one minute, then the next minute they're just your worst enemy. In my own personal opinion, what I truly believe what police were created for, and I know I'm probably going to piss off some people off, especially if you're a cop out there. No offense, but this is just, in my own opinion, why police officers and law enforcement were created almost 100 plus years ago, probably. They were unfortunately made to kill minorities. As simple as that. In my own personal opinion. Might not be true for all cops, but some cops, they just have that mentality of Second they see a black, maybe a Latino, mostly black though, a black person on the street, they automatically assume that they're guilty and they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to tase the dude, give him a hard time, and give him a lot of traffic tickets, or they're going to kill him. Sad, but true. No offense to law enforcement that might be listening to this. I am not trying to disrespect you and what your job or duty is you do as a serviceman. But, yeah, that's just how I see it in my own opinion. As an American born and raised in the U.S., I am Latino. That's just how it is. But, yeah, enough about that shit. Oh, yeah, and then there was another thing I want to talk about real quick. You bet your ass I'm definitely going to go see the fucking Lion King movie. I know I missed the other two live-action movies that were from... Not Toy Story. It was Dumbo and Aladdin. I missed those two. I'm probably going to wait for those on Blu-ray DVD, but I'm definitely going to watch the fucking, not just Spider-Man Far From Home. I already know I'm going to watch that in the next 2 more days. By the time this video goes up, probably 1 day left. And The Lion King. The main reason is because I really want to hear the dude that did the original Darth Vader from Star Wars. I think his name was James Earl Jones, the original, one of the first African-American people to even be famous in Hollywood. Besides Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, all those other dudes. But yeah, you know what? I'm definitely going to see that. But yeah, let's begin with this. I'm not going to read the third one here because it's a super long-ass article. But it says, Switch Mini rumors escalate as Spanish arms of the game list accessories. Update, the listings have been removed. This comes from Damien McFarlane from Nintendo Life. And this one's another short, beautiful, short, sweet, to the point article. Sorry, folks. It looks like the listings have now been removed from the Spanish game website. Original story. The Spanish arms of the gaming retail specialist game has added a whole bunch of Switch Mini accessories to its website, adding more weight to the rumor of a cut-price revised edition of the system. The listings lack images at present, but some of the items, such as a TPU skin and travel case, are similar to the listings published by Chinese accessory Hong Song last week. We've spoken to a source with knowledge of this matter and can confirm that the retailers are discussing the new console, as well as a third Switch model entitled Switch Pro. We already know that Nintendo has moved its production out of China to avoid the impact of U.S. tariffs, and that there are 3 Switch models being manufactured at the new site. Several thoughts, views, and opinions. I think it was like somewhere, I don't know, is it going to be Indonesia or Vietnam, maybe Singapore is where they're probably going to move a lot of their factory production things to make the Nintendo Switch Mini, because I know they've been hiding the fact that they're going to have, oh no, there's not going to be no Nintendo Switch Mini. Of course not. There might be. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. You already know Nintendo. Come on. Don't screw around with your little customers and your fans like me saying there's not going to be a Switch Mini. There's got to be a Switch Mini. At this point in time, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, there's got to be Switch Mini. It's clear as day that people don't even see it at this fucking point. Seriously, come on. Anyways, let's get on to the next one. This is a little bit another short, sweet, to the point one. It says Microsoft's Project xCloud and Google Stadia. Interesting to European gamers. Game Track survey suggests this comes from Aeronaut from WCCTech.com. So, pretty big stuff. I know there was another one I wanted to do about NBA 2K gaming for 2020. A lot of fans are pissed off about that because there's non-skippable ads that EA decided to put in there so they could get more money for themselves. Really fucked up, but hey, you know what? EA is always a piece of fucking shit nowadays, unfortunately. Garbage. So I'm glad I never played any EA game in my entire life. I'm glad I never did. Anyways, yeah, let's begin with that. I'll probably talk that in a separate video or some other time. I don't know. Microsoft's upcoming game streaming service Project xCloud and Google Stadia don't seem to be very popular among European gamers. At least that's what GamesIndustry.biz reports based on a research conducted by ISOPS, that's how you say it, ISPOPS, Mori Game Tracker service, which includes data from the surveys conducted in France, Spain, Germany, and the UK. The data suggests that 70% of the gamers in those countries aren't interested in gaming streaming services at all. Only 15% of the remaining 30% have expressed interest in Project xCloud and Google Stadia. And you guys can read that there. The remainder of each either don't, now 12% are already utilized. as a service to skin to Google Stadia and Microsoft's xCloud, such as the current maker of PlayStation Now. Just 3% of the games claim to be very interesting in such a streaming service, quote unquote. I don't know who said that, but whatever. Interestingly enough, to note that the data also suggests that the European consumer interest could be boosted through the additional features that the streaming service could offer. 27% of the gamers, of surveyed gamers, agree with the statement. I would be more interested in a streaming service if I could download content to my hard drive. 26% disagree with this statement. 41% agree with the statement as saying, quote, not having to wait for updates before playing is an advantage of streaming games, unquote. Acknowledging that potential benefits of streaming services is 13% disagreeable. Google intends to launch Google Stadia this November in Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Italy, Ireland, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Sweden, the UK, and the United States, which is over here, at that time. The services will be limited to the Pro tier users. In 2020, Google intends to launch Stadia with more countries and release the free base service. Microsoft's game streaming service, Project xCloud, has yet to receive an official release date. The console streaming preview of the services will be available this October. Alright, so once again, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. This is just another fucking sign of the times, man. This is where physical tangibility shit like, I'm not gonna try to get into conspiracy theory shit like gold and silver and getting, preparing your prepper shit and all that. I'm still into all that stuff. I just don't talk about it on this channel. Like, unfortunate stuff like the video gaming industry side of it, at least. Having your old CD stuff like I used to do with PS3, and then probably going to be the very last consoles besides the Switch and the future Switch Pro. And another 5-7 years from now, or less, even. A lot of these physical CDs, or even like the little physical cartridges you have to put into a console system in order to play a game, that shit's going to be a thing of the past. And I know I'm dreading when that day comes, because first off and foremost, and then that's how you say it. First off and foremost, I was always born and raised as a fucking video game console player. I was never like into PC gaming until years later. By the time I even hit my 20s in 2009 at the time, that's when I got into PC gaming. I know I was a little bit of a late bloomer of that, but before 2009, I really didn't have that much of an interest in playing PC games until years later. Just saying, just putting it out there. And those two games actually made me a PC gamer, which is funny enough because I think it was, I know one of them was fucking, I don't know if it was Left 4 Dead or Team Fortress 2, or I think it was that one and Killing Floor. That's what got me into PC gaming, because Killing Floor was only a game that was only for PC until years later. I think it was 2013 or 14. Is when it was first launched for the PS4 and for the Xbox One at the time, and that was cool as fuck. I'm happy you got a Killing Floor 2 for a console system instead of just being purely for PC. And that's when I started really liking a lot of the indie shit that was a lot of them for PC, especially what Steam was doing. But nowadays it looks like Epic Games is absolutely kicking the shit out of Steam, which kind of sucks because I really don't like Epic Games. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's all I gotta say for now. And yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say, and I'm done here. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. And as always, I'll talk as Niki commodities out there. We'll see when I see you guys. Good day, have a good night, wherever you are at in the universe out there. Stay tuned for more future content channel, including anime, manga news, video gaming industry news, internet news, and that wraps up the video. Peace out. I'm out like sauerkraut. Laters and goodbye. I'll see all you people on the flip side. Peace out. Deuces, I am gone. Goodbye.